Hey everyone, it's B3 back with another fantastic action figure showcase. Nearly everything in this showcase will be for sale either on my eBay page or in my physical store. I will throw a link down to my store stuff in the comment section. First up, let me start with Mark V Iron Man from Iron Man 2. This is the one he had in the briefcase, the kind of quick change armor. This era of 3 3/4 inch figures from Mattel was magnificent. We'd never seen any 3 3/4 inch stuff like this, and we still haven't today. If you're a 3 3/4 inch Marvel collector, it's an absolutely must-have figure. I do have it complete with all accessories, so that'll be really fun. And I haven't even really posed him up much or anything. I mean, look at that, a double knee joint. A double knee joint on a 3 3/4 inch figure this old. That's like actually incredible. Fully painted on the back. Come on, folks. They don't make kids' toys like this anymore. This is nice stuff. Comes with a stand and armor cards and everything. Really cool figure. I kind of hate to let it go. I have a ton of 3 3/4 inch Iron Man from this era because they're all so cool. But I have a rule: buy a figure, sell a figure. Every time I buy something, I gotta sell something. And a lot of this 3 3/4 inch stuff is on the chopping block, unfortunately. But it's not just 3 3/4 inch. It's also 6 inch. Yeah, one of my favorite Marvel villains, Ultron. This is the Iron Man 3 Ultron from the Ironmonger Build-A-Figure wave. It's a titanium man body. I believe the only real changes are new shoulders, new head, and it's silver now instead of green. Might have new hands, but I don't think so. I never had the titanium man. But he's pretty cool. He's got repulsors and peg holes on the bottom of the feet. And they worked the peg holes into the repulsors, so it actually looks like the repulsors, like where the energy would come out, has a place to come out, which is pretty cool. So if you have energy effects, you can peg them into those holes. That's really cool. And this actually works really well as an Ultron drone. I don't know anyone that uses this as their Ultron. I use the Marvel Select as my Ultron. But this is a great drone for him. Makes a great drone figure. And I hate to get rid of any of my Ultrons. I recently sold my MCU one, the Build-A-Figure from the Ant-Man wave, because he is one of my favorites, but I've decided to just keep my biggest Ultron, basically. Speaking of Ultron, I actually have another one here. This, I think, was actually my first Ultron figure in my collection. I hate to see it go. That last Ultron you just saw, also for sale. And this guy is for sale too. It is the Marvel Universe Ultron. This was basically the 3 3/4 inch Marvel Legends line. I think eventually down the line it did get called Marvel Legends before getting straight up canceled, but he's really cool. I like the green. I usually see, you usually see red as the energy on Ultron because he evil. But I think that the green actually works much better. That's why this is one of my favorite Ultron figures. I think the green is nice, and it's highlighted with the white. This is a very shiny metallic silver, fully painted on the back. And look at this puppy. Double knees and everything, yet again. Detail and paint on the bottom of the feet. It does not get better than this in the 3 3/4 inch world, people. It just doesn't. Articulated shoulder pads. This was one of my first Marvel Universe figures. Maybe even it might have. You know what? I think it was my first Marvel Universe figure. Very posable for a 3 3/4 inch. I love the green. I should get a Marvel Legends customized with the green because the green runs all the way through him. All these lines, like the energy is running through his body. God, I'm almost talking myself out of selling this guy, but I can't. I can't do that. I got to stick to the rule. Next up is a figure from the Thor movie wave. This is not a Marvel Universe, but it is a 3 3/4 inch, and another pretty good one. It's the Devastator armor. Yeah, it's really more of a robot, but yeah, the Devastator armor. Asgard's ultimate weapon. This one is more of a kid's toy. It's the Fire Blast Destroyer specifically. You press this button on his tummy, and his head lights up. Mine is finally out of batteries. Actually, up until recently, it was working just fine. I gave it a little clicks. But he's only ever sat on the shelf on display, I bet you if you opened this up and popped in new batteries, he would work. But since he is not currently lighting up, I am going to put a discount on him. Uh, so that's fine. I think he's going to be like $4.99. He's going to be cheap. And he's also a pretty good 3 3/4 inch. Really is. Fully painted all the way around. And it's like, yeah, silver, that's easy. No, he's got like a wash. He's got a wash and stuff all over him. It's really nice. Once again, double knee joints, fully painted and detailed on the bottom of the feet. You don't see that in 3 3/4 inch anymore. You just don't. And if you have a 3 3/4 inch Thor, whether it be MCU or not, this guy works great. He works great as a comic one. Great as a comic destroyer. Really cool. I do love it. Uh, Say hi to Bill. Okay. And last but not least is a figure I've shown before. That sounds dumb, but it is Marvel Boy, who I had to get from my Dark Avengers. So here's the thing. Last time I showed him, he was still in package. It was the plastic-free packaging, so it didn't have a window to actually view the figure. And I have decided that anything I showed in package, I'm going to go back and show out of package unless it's a figure I never intend to open. Recently, I showed like a Trend Masters Godzilla thing that I had never opened. I don't plan on opening that, so I showed it in package. This guy I planned on opening, so I never really should have showed him in package. I should have just opened him. Should have just opened him. So yeah, here he is. Had to get him for my Dark Avengers. Very, very cool. Got his little Kree blasties. He's actually quite a nice figure. My only gripe is that white on the inner thigh is going to scrape real quick when you're posing him around, just FYI. So be wary of that shat. But yeah, that is it for today's Marvel action figure showcase. Everyone except Marvel Boy is for sale because, I mean, I got him for like $9 at Ollie's, and I need him for my Dark Avengers. But everyone else is going to be for sale. I don't know if they'll be for sale on eBay or in my physical store yet. This guy will probably be physical store, maybe just because he's so cheap. Everyone else, I don't know. So that is it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links. Check out all my cool links. If you want to see in-depth reviews, I review them on YouTube. Check that out. Very, very cool. I reviewed these two guys like an eternity ago, but those 3 3/4 I haven't reviewed yet, and I'm going to review them before I sell them. So that's it. Thank you all once again. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.